Hey guys, Cyndi Williams, the Wanderlust CEO here. Today I am featuring a couple of my recent Careers on Vacation grads, Josh and Robin from Genome Travel. How are you guys doing today?
We're great. How are you doing?
Well, I'm so excited because I hear congratulations are in order. We have the confetti happening for your recent graduation. I'm really excited to share y'all's story today. Tell everybody, if you would, where you were before taking Careers on Vacation and where you are now.
Sir.
Yeah. Okay. Um, Before, we actually did not have a travel business at all. So my husband was looking for a opportunity, and travel agency kept coming up. And so he watched a lot of your videos, and then he came back and said, "Hey, I think I want to do this. Can you look at it? We should do it together." And then we had a call together and decided we would go ahead and jump in.
I love it. And where are you guys today?
So we have booked our first clients a couple weeks ago. We did a a group of friends are going to Disney, and then this coming weekend I'll be booking a trip to uh, to Mexico for an all inclusive. So so things
That's
are starting to pick
amazing,
up.
you guys. Already booking vacations. That's so good. I love that. What do you feel like has been your biggest win or celebration since taking the program?
I think the biggest win is just getting our business up and running. Neither one of us had a travel background. We're both scientists, in our full-time job. And so just figuring out how to start the business, uh, taking your course, learning how to do all the marketing and customer service part of it has been the biggest win. And then actually booking travel for our clients.
Yep. And finishing all the different uh, trainings is really exciting sometimes. And then sometimes I'm like, wait, I knew a lot more than I thought I did.
I love that. And I love that you brought up your background being scientists, and tell us how you came up with your company name, because obviously that's I love that authenticity of like those pieces from your other career you weaved
Mhm.
into your story. Tell us about how you developed your brand.
So um, it was actually something I came up in the shower one morning. um,
That's
so
where the best
we
stuff happens.
Yes.
so we both met working at the science company and doing genotyping. So I really liked that, and I was like, "Hey, this would be kind of cool." We actually have a gnome that we used to bring with us. Actually, it started with my dad. He loved gnomes, and I bought him one when we first started dating. And he kept sending me pictures with this gnome. And so then I was like, we can do this. We could take a gnome. So we've taken a gnome with us on vacation and things. And then here's where the really nerdy part comes in for our actual name. I was like, it'd be really cool if, DNA is A's, G's, T's, and C's. And it's like, it'd be really cool if that could be our initials. And so, yeah, that's how it came up. We put the double helix behind it. And then my husband is very into golf. And then he's like, let's do the world. So that's how our name
Well,
came out.
Yeah.
I love how it came together. It's so gorgeous. The logo turned out gorgeous, and you guys have really taken all of our marketing training to heart, because I yours is one of my favorite to see pop up in the feeds. I just saw it on Instagram yesterday, because you're starting to put the gnome in like different places and your
Yeah.
branding and in your messaging story, and I think you're already doing that in a really powerful way. So that's just like kudos to you for taking all of that to heart and getting it implemented so
The,
fast and furious.
yeah. The
Now on my
marketing is all my wife. She's the genius.
I love oh, look how sweet.
Actually, it just started coming together, and I saw somebody else was putting the elf on the shelf,
Yeah.
and I was like, why am I not doing this with a gnome?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, so then it became Where in the World Wednesdays so every Wednesday. And I'll have to say, every time you like one of ours, I'm like, hey, guess what? We got a Cyndi like today.
I love it, and I don't go searching for stuff, so that means that really it's showing up organically in your placement. It really shows that your marketing's working. So yeah, I always say I have the best feed of any social media platform because I have so many clients in travel. Like whenever I open it up in the morning, it's like travel, 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 travel. But yours it really stands out, and I think you guys have done a really nice job off the bat, like kicking it out right out of the box. You know, before you were even graduated, you had some great content coming out. Now I'm interested for this next question based on you guys' background, right? So we have a big emphasis on mindset, you know, and thinking like how to think like a business owner, how to make that shift from whatever you were doing before and doing this thing that seems new and scary and overwhelming. How did the mindset work impact you either in your life or business as you went through the program?
Well, I think maybe it affect we both had different or came at it from different points of view. Because I have an MBA and I was already thinking I want to start a business. I just didn't know what business I wanted to start. I knew I wanted it to be an online business. And so when I was doing research, a travel agency came up all the time.
Yeah.
And at first I was thinking, oh, maybe I can purchase a travel franchise. And then I started YouTubing it and I kept seeing your videos. Um, and so the more I watched your videos, the more confidence I gained that, oh, I think this is something we can do. And just finding the program, going through it, and having that support system that you've put in place, you know, with all of the COB graduates and the people going through the course and all the coaches has just been wonderful for us.
I
Yeah,
love that.
I would definitely say like the excitement and everything of all the calls and stuff. And even from like Brandon thinking of when negative things happen or things aren't as fast as what you would hope, it's not always a bad thing. It's just, you know, part of the process and things like that. So definitely helps to remember that it's not going to be like the worst thing ever if you don't have such and such client or whatever. So that sometimes it's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah, having
So
that toolbox for when the days are hard, like, oh yeah, that's right, it's gonna be okay, or this is the step that I take, and this is how I hit that reset button. I love that.
Yeah.
So, guys, when you hinted a little bit, Josh, about like when you found us online, what was the process? And obviously, you coming from the MBA background, and both of you guys coming from great careers that you were already in, and deciding like what is the path for you. Hindsight being, you know, kind of 2020. What was the process like for you to decide? Why did you decide to work with us? Why did you pick us?
So the more I started researching a travel agency and starting a travel business, the more questions I had. And every time I would search for one of those questions, you had a video on it already.
Yeah.
So, you know, eventually I just stopped searching for questions. I just started searching your YouTube page for answers. And so, so that's how I initially like, okay, I'm gonna reach out and set up a phone call just to learn more. Because whenever I presented it to my wife, I wanted to have, you know, answers ready for her because I knew she would have a lot of questions. And so then, you know, she thought it was a good idea and wanted to learn more about it. And so we set up another call so that she could be a part of it as well. And she could also ask questions.
and then that day we signed up and had our first meeting with Emily.
Yeah.
You're
And
off and running, but I love that because it's like, you know, I love what you said, Josh. It's like the more I researched, the more questions I had because I don't
yeah.
think people, and you did the research, right? A lot of people get excited and they
Mhm.
jump right in, and then they make a not a right match sometimes, and then they're like overwhelmed and they're lost and they're
Yeah.
confused. This is a much more complicated thing to, if you want to get to profit quickly, right? To people underestimate, I think, how complicated it is to get your business established, get it ready, and where it's where you guys are selling travel in a matter of weeks versus, you know, kind of the reverse of let me just figure it out as I go kind of situation. So I love that you asked those questions early on. I'm so glad that our YouTube content helped, and so, you know, something in that process was really good, because you're like, this lady must know something with all of these responses. Because we do try to do a lot of free content that really is in my heart to help people no matter what. But in the program, as you guys know now, is where all the juicy good stuff is, and the step-by-step and the roadmap and all that good stuff. Which brings me to my last question. What would you guys tell that person who was in your spot 12 weeks ago? They really want to do this thing. They want to become a travel agent or have their own travel business. What would you tell them about careers on vacation if they're on the fence about it?
I would say definitely book that call to ask questions and learn more. One of the biggest or most influential videos that you had was talking about setting up the business the right way from the very beginning and not wasting months or years of trying to figure it out, and you know, through a process of error, and just from the very beginning, setting it up correctly and learning how to market and take care of your clients.
Yeah, I would definitely say also the community is well worth it. Having your questions asked and answered, and asked from other people that you didn't even think about, and even the support afterward in the grad group. Like, you can ask a question and you've got like you or Kim or whoever telling you all the things, and then like the weekly calls with everybody, you get so much more information and where to go and where to find the different things that you might have answers or questions about.
Yeah, it really is the human element, I feel like, is the secret sauce of our program, because anybody and their brother will sell you an e-program and move on with their life and hope that you're successful. But we really are, the clients that we take on and invite into the program, we really consider it a situation where we are really supporting you into your growth. And during that 12 weeks, you have to have people that can answer your questions. Like right now, if you're trying to make a sale, right? Or let me just contact Emily, was you guys' private coach. Let me have our private sessions and let her know where we're struggling or where we're doing well, and kind of work through that. It's that on the job training part, right? Like, and a host can't give that to you because it violates their could violate their 1099 status, which is a whole nother ball game. But I love that you guys shared that part. And Josh, to your point, you know, it is so much easy. You guys did it from the beginning. So you were a piece of cake client, right? Like, let's just do it all right from the beginning, get it all set up. It is a harder process if you get a year in, and you get even 6 months, a year in, 2 years in, and then you come into the program. We're still going to help you, but if you did everything not the right way, you're going to have to do it all over. It's so much more work if you create self-made systems and then we go, oh, this is why it's not working, because you didn't do this or hit this lever. It's the questions you don't know to ask, I think, are always the ones that'll get you in the most trouble. Like Robin, you said so-and-so would ask a question and we hadn't even thought about that, but it comes up in the calls because all of you are going through this journey of learning, setting up your business, and then going through that troubleshooting process. And that's a powerful thing. So I want to thank you guys so much for sharing your story. And I want to tell everybody who is following along, you can go check us out at careersonvacation.com. If you want to book a discovery call, you can go to careersonvacation.com/ready now and learn a little bit more about getting clarity on what your goals are, a little bit more about our program. And those are some of the fine humans we were just discussing. You actually get to work with real people in our program, and we are ASTA affiliated, and we are the most reviewed training program in the industry. You guys just go to YouTube. This is what we're doing today. We're filming an amazing interview with Josh and Robin here, but we're approaching up on 200. We're going to hit 200 this year. We're on track to do that within the next few months. So we're so excited because I think the proof is in the pudding when it really comes to the results. But Josh and Robin, I want to thank you again for trusting us, picking us to help you through this journey. We're so honored to be a part of your origin story, and I'm just going to keep watching your logo and your branding. I know you guys are going to have so much success. I can't wait to see what's coming in the year to come. I'm your cheerleader for life.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, guys. We'll see everybody next week. Bye, guys. Hey guys, Cyndi Williams here. If you like that last video, make sure you check out all of the other content on our channel. And if you want to follow along and travel with me around the world and see how I run my amazing travel brands and get some great tips on how to grow your own, make sure you check out that other content. I'm going to drop a couple videos here. Click those links. I'll see you next time. Bye guys.